Nigeria attracts over $2 billion foreign investment in International Trade Summit. And experts harp on financial autonomy for local governments as solution for grassroots development. Good to have you join us on this week's edition of The Correspondents. We have interesting stories that will worth your while. I am Tessie Umeri. Many thanks for joining us. And to foreign investment, Nigeria's search for investment that will aid the quick recovery of the economy from effects of COVID-19 is beginning to yield positive results, with different platforms being explored to attract investment into the country. The latest is the Foreign Investment Network Forum in Dubai, which has attracted more than $2 billion. Correspondent Benny Adams has details of other engagements aimed at attracting foreign direct investment into the country.
Having agreed that Africa does not need charity, but partnerships that will promote the adequate investments, talking about the real investments that will turn the tide and the fortunes of the continent. Conversations here have continued on the need for these right partners to come on board. And we have Governor El-Rufai of Kaduna State wooing investors from all over the globe to come to Kaduna and invest. Just as the Minister of State for Mines and Steel, Okechukwu Oga, is also giving investors more reasons why they should invest in Nigeria.
We're the second largest producer of virtually all other agricultural products. I would like to invite our Middle Eastern businessmen to please come to Kaduna State and invest in agriculture.
From that office, they have invited us with the office of the Sheikh to host an event for the three regions, India, Africa, and the UAE. Because Africa has become very important to UAE.
For Leila Rahal El Atfani, founder of Business Gate and president of I Am Africa platform, the United Arab Emirates is ready for Africa.
Now we are talking with Abuja to build up a similar project of the BRT over there.
And I am planning to go and start something that we can explore in Nigeria. This is the next project that I have, and with the partnership with Finn.
I'll be happy to meet His Excellency Mohammad Al-Buhari ji, and we'll be happy to explore avenues of collaboration. We'll be happy to show our serious concern towards sustainable development in Nigeria. And if there is possible synergies, we will definitely be very happy to look at opportunities to invest in Nigeria. But we are here for good. We are here to support for long-term projects where the mission is not just making returns on investment, but creating better economy and better future.
For the current quarter of 2021, we are witnessing a great demand in the tourism and event sector, where Africa is a key market for us.
They are also concerned about building greater capacity to not only survive the effects of the pandemic, but prosper in and after the pandemic.
That offer pitching for investment, that offer training for developing your business, that offer support into developing your skill set, and offer you free advice, support, and logistics assistance for trade into and outside of the UAE into the region.
Should we focus on different sectors, for example, startups, for example, creating more entrepreneurs to solve a lot of challenges that we have? This can be one of the sectors. To think about the new sector that is appearing, ICTs, renewable energy, agriculture, how to create the policies that are very, very focused on this sector.
We have carved out our company into the hearts of investors because of our strategy of trying projects to time and finance.
At the end, their goal is to achieve economic prosperity through global advocacy.
And Benny Adams joins us to speak further on the just concluded investment summit in Dubai. Hello, Benny. Welcome to The Correspondents.
Thank you so very much.
And glad to have you back from Dubai.
Good to be here too.
You covered the Foreign Investment Network FIN, that is the International Trade and Investment Summit in Dubai. Can you please share with us your experience?
Well, it's quite an experience that is very fulfilling in the sense that with the effects of the coronavirus on the economies globally, different countries have evolved different means of trying to recover from the effects of this economy. And you get to understand that the richer countries are getting to recover faster than the African countries. But it's good news for Nigeria because our economy is recovering faster than expected. And these countries that have actually advanced in the progression, that is in their recovery, they are saying, we can't do it all alone, let's think of Africa. We have benefited a lot from Africa, raw materials, a lot of resources, human and capital, natural resources, all come from Africa to develop these economies. And the United Arab Emirates is saying, no, let's think of Africa. And in thinking of Africa, it shouldn't be about giving Africa aid all the time. Let's look for sustainable development. Let's look for projects that are long-term, that will have long-term benefits to help recover these economies. And also Africa is coming on board to say, yes, it's not all about giving us peanuts all the time, but we also have capacity. But you can actually assist us in building our capacity where our capacity is less, and where we have capacity, let's do partnership so that all economies will grow and recover at the same time.
Okay, you talked about partnership, and from investors made commitments from our findings worth $2 billion.
Yes.
Tell us, in which of the sectors is this investment heading to?
Well, the $2 billion was even a one-off announcement. Others are yet to disclose their investment. Right now, as we're talking about, President Muhammadu Buhari is in Dubai to sign specifically MOUs on this project. But these investors are actually interested in solid minerals, they're interested in education, they're interested in healthcare, they're interested in clean energy, talking about renewable energy. So they are ready to invest in these areas, particularly solid minerals. I have someone from Singapore. He did not disclose the worth of his investment, but he has been investing in Africa, but hasn't been to Nigeria. And the Minister of State for Solid Minerals, Uchechukwu Oga, revealed that Nigeria has discovered 10 new mineral resources. So this Singaporean was so excited. He can't wait to come to Nigeria. He actually gave a date. He said first week of January, he'll come to see what Nigeria has to offer. So the $2 billion is going to different sectors, including infrastructure, and more people are getting to join the bandwagon to invest in Nigeria.
Okay, with the Minister of State's announcement of 10 new mineral resources, were there expression of our interests?
Yes, the Singaporean is by name Euro. He's actually planning to invest billions of dollars in just solid minerals. Okay. He wants to meet the federal government delegation to fine-tune such. Then there are some other investments in healthcare. They want to do education. They want to do women empowerment, particularly in areas of capacity building for Nigerian women, considering the fact that the coronavirus was, the effects was felt much by households. And when we're talking about households, women and children are involved. So the women are saying, hey, we can't just wait for the men to provide solution to this. We also have capacity. We have something we're bringing to the table. So let's discuss and see how we can get to do this and do this fast.
Okay, you talked about women not left behind. What were their submissions, at the event?
Surprisingly, we had women representatives from about 16 countries in Africa. Then in combination to the women in the UAE and other parts of the world, particularly even from England, Canada, they were all present at that forum. It was an avenue, a platform to share ideas on how to improve investment in Africa, for Africans to take advantage of opportunities that are available in the UAE and other parts of the world. And we had a forum where we had women in the UAE. You know, there is this impression that the UAE is a conservative society more like. We just got to discover that we have women who are excelling in different disciplines that are very competitive, known to be competitive to just men. And they are saying African women can join the bandwagon to say, okay, since we can do it, you can also do it. And in doing it, we're ready to provide capacity for you as well as resources. It's not about giving you money, but we want to build capacity so that this money will be useful for you to grow your households, economic-wise, your society, and the larger country and the continent at large.
Okay, Benny, would you rate this summit like, let's say, a walk in the talk? Because the common man in Nigeria, we talk about dollars, we talk about investment, he wants to see how it affects him directly. So is it like walking the talk?
It is really walking the talk in the sense that we saw people sign MOUs, and we saw these people who are ready to help, who are ready to partner, saying, we can't wait for your government to come and give us those areas we want to put this money in. We have this money. Here is this money. Just tell us where to invest in. Then we sign agreements and put in this money to where it should work. For them, it's not about the return on investment. It is long-term projects that will have benefits for both people, particularly for Africa. Let Africa benefit. Let Nigeria benefit.
That's really interesting and happy story to hear.
I was actually excited.
At this crucial moment, actually.
Yes.
So will you like finally rate the investment summit like a whole? How will you rate it?
Sincerely, I will commend the organizers of the Foreign Investment Summit. It was actually a platform where these investors were brought in to meet would-be beneficiaries. Yes, they are beneficiaries in one hand, they are also partners in one hand. And come to think of it, it's not just about Nigeria. We had Ghana, we have Cape Verde, we had Angola, we had South Africa, we had about 16 African countries benefiting from this gesture. And this is not the beginning, this is an advanced progression which is going to hopefully soonest get results out of it, because these investors are saying we are ready to come into Africa in January. Maybe not for, I don't want to believe that the new variant, the Omicron coronavirus, will deter this, but I think these people are hopeful. And these are societies that have taken drastic measures to ensure that amid the virus threats, they have safety measures put in place, and they are saying the economy should not suffer more than it has suffered again.
Okay. We appreciate your time with us on the program, and we are hearing from what you have said. It's going to be good news and better days ahead for Nigeria and of course the rest of the African countries.
Most definitely.
And I can see you're already reaping from the dividends of the investment.
Wow, if you say so. Thank you.
Once again, thank you for coming on the show. Hope to see you again some other time.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Still to come, focus on an arm of government that appears neglected. Join us again after this break.
Nigerian youth